Hello, how are you doing? Today we're got a slightly different topic to deal with. We are going to be talking about our sun, the sun, our sun, the sun. Singing, no, that the Who. No, sorry, I'll get copyright strike if I do that. Not that you want to hear it anyhow. Anyways, we are not going to be talking about our friend Three Eye Atlas, so I will put him back where he belongs. Okay, improvise. Way to do it. Our sun. This is what we're going to be talking about today. And it's going to have, and its effects on us. I will post a couple of pictures right about here in my video, and or pause and show you some pictures, and try to explain some of them. Most of them are just images of different wavelengths of activity coming off of it. Including one of them is going to be a picture that has a strange object in the center, all blacked out, and you see color waves coming off of it. And right about there, and the color waves coming off of it, is the Earth. So when you see this flat image of darkness and then color coming out, that's the emissions. That's the flares coming off of our glowing sun here. So see if I can post those up either in a little box here, or I'll pause the video and just insert them. Okay, well, this is the first. My camera that I've been using to make these videos, well, pretty much I shot this whole thing, and then I went to check on my camera. It came back and said that it was out of space. Not in space, but out of space. I physically used up its capacity. So, okay. So I'm using something I haven't, I broke into something I haven't used yet, so hopefully it works out well. Anyways, our sun, it has been very active of late. Very, very active of late. And we have been receiving a lot of the energy from it of late. So, sun's charged and being very active. The Earth is very charged right now. Our magnetic fields on the Van Allen belt are just glowing like crazy. Source, possibly, very likely, of many earthquakes and disturbances going on. We are about to get, that's what the pictures were about to show, another burst. Several bursts. In fact, one burst came out a little slower, one burst came out a little faster, and a very large burst is coming at us very quickly. The net effect of this, as these waves are coming towards us, one after another at different speeds, they're catching up to each other, and it's just our luck that by the time these waves come around and hit us, they're going to be almost one big wave. Almost. We'll see what happens. But we are talking about G3, G4 level stuff, if it, does that. And we're talking about that hitting sometime tomorrow, Wednesday, which is 11/12, because today is 11/11/25. So we should be seeing that sometime tomorrow. Hopefully, doesn't trigger a lot more earthquakes in Japan. I live here in California in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we've been having some quakes in the South Bay. I think it's about 30 of them now. A lot of smaller ones that are just doing little shaky bits, but still, quake, 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 quake. Swarms, like I posted in another video. Swarms. Japan, swarms, much larger. So hopefully this activity doesn't add to more trouble for Japan, and India. That Euro-Asian, well, not Euro-Asian, that Asian area has been hitting hard. India. Also, just thinking about it offhand, in Italy, Naples, Italy. I'm probably not going to come anywhere close to pronouncing this right. Campi Belgria area. It's a mountain range or a mountain. It's a volcano. It's going. It's growing. It's almost going. It's growing. It is a very high concern. It's doing a lot of shaking and causing a lot of earthquakes and earth movement in the area. So hopefully all this solar activity does not trigger a volcanic action in Italy. It's in a very populated area, and Italy doesn't have the best of luck when it comes to volcanic explosions. So fingers crossed. Again, I derailed myself on that one. Oh yes, these solar storms coming to us. Like I said, they're going to be possibly G3, maybe G4. We are going to get radio problems. We are going to get satellite communication problems. Probably even some satellites might be already in motion to kind of go a little further up, because believe it or not, this energy, when when the Earth starts getting that kind of activity, it can actually slow down, put enough resistance into orbiting satellites. So sometimes they have to kind of adjust them a little higher, and then when all this activity comes down, they can bring them back down where they're supposed to go. I think try to anyhow. Lord knows what it's going to do to Elon Musk's and the Starlinks. Probably nothing. They're in the lower Earth atmosphere. But then again, if you're using Starlink, if it starts getting fuzzy and wuzzy on you, it probably isn't Starlink. It's probably because of our fun and those waves coming right at us. I mean, like I said, they're back to back to back. So we're going to be cooking. Now, I don't know if this has any effect on people. I mean, per se. Like they say, when we have a full moon, the extra radiation and stuff coming off of the moon has a tendency to make people act a little weird. So maybe with all this extra energy coming, if people start acting a little weird in a couple of days, maybe blame it on the sun. So also, if people are acting a little weird, just kind of walk away. Well, a lot of people are acting a little weird right now anyhow. We're not going to get into politics of things happening around, but we're just saying, peace, man. Yes, peace, not, to some, but peace. Be cool. Chill. Okay, I'm completely off my line of thought. I was going somewhere with something. The Aurora Borealis. That's right. Solar. What is it? The solar one is called what again? And then the other one's Aurora Borealis, and this other one is... anyhow, it's going to be spectacular. We're talking about it growing in size and scale, and it's also the places where you can view it from. It's be further and further south, so places like Washington, as in Washington AC, above California, not Washington DC. And obviously like North Dakota and possibly even like northern Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, just to fire off a couple, maybe Montana. They might be able to see it, depending on the weather, depending on how big this is, depending on what it grows at. I mean, that's pretty cool. Although here in San Francisco Bay Area, it'd have to be frying huge for us to see anything from here. Plus, it's probably going to be raining and cloudy here. We got another storm coming in. I like storm. I like rains. That's fine. It's just, I'm also, a big astronomy and astrophysics buff. So, something fun happens. Clouds, always. But anyways. Okay, this is really random. Oh, all right. We'll finish it off with 3i Atlas anyhow. Let me go get it. Going to leave 3i Atlas out, but I will add some things to it. Jets. Yes, it's having jets. We need better observations on them. The ones we have right now, again, NASA's still shut down, so we're not getting anything out of them. The images were combined. They, had two different scopes in two different areas, and they took different pictures in different wavelengths, and then they took those images and overlapped them. Again, picture on picture on picture, and then you kind of like look through it, so the noise worked its way out, and what you see. But still, it was a long shot across our atmosphere. It wasn't straight up, which, you have, this much atmosphere going straight up, but when you're looking from the planet that way, you're going all the way across, and so there's a lot more stuff you have to see through, more possible light pollution, clouds, etc. But anyhow, they did their best, and the images are showing jets and the tail. The number of jets, 3, 5, 7, unknown. We'll find out. Also, some of the jets appear to be shooting towards the sun, which is unusual. Towards the sun? Oh, got it. Might as well use it. They say that's unusual. Okay, it is. But if you got a spot here cooking off, a jet coming off of it, and and maybe cooking off and pointing towards our sun, and you got the solar winds coming. It's it's probably a jet coming off and then probably being bent over. Probably like a blowtorch with a curve on it, which would be kind of cool to see. But that's probably what it is. People are once again saying it's breaking up. I haven't seen anything that backs that up, supports that. Again, we don't know its mass, we're still back calculating. We're seeing what it's doing in its tumbling, doing all the mathematics around gravitational effects on an object of a mass we are not sure of. So we're still not sure how big it is. And it was even like the comet that hit Jupiter. What was that? Levy? Anyhow, it was several years ago. The one that came tumbling in and broke apart and hit the atmosphere of Jupiter. That one we didn't know the mass on, of course, because again, we can't put it on a scale and say, oh, how many space unit gram thingies it weighs. But it turned out to be a lot more massive and a lot bigger than we thought when it came, and we actually could then do some better measurements as it crashed into Jupiter's atmosphere. So, call it Levy? Something Levy something? Anyhow, look it up. So, okay, one more thing on this one is, again, using all this YouTube stuff. 90% of this stuff is crap, man. I should put out some crap on it too. Again, I'm repeating myself, but thin it out, man. Thin it out. There's so much. We're getting radio signals from 3i Atlas. Well, yeah, we are. It ain't calling us. It's not a phone call. It's not a cell phone call. We are using radio telescopes, which is like a visual telescope, with our eyes, except it's using a longer wavelength, using a radio wavelength as opposed to light or X-ray. So yeah, we're getting radio messages from it. It's our telescopes scanning the sky like it does, picking it up and getting the radio feedback. Almost like a sonar ping, hit it and come back. Okay, that's not entirely right. That's not right at all. But anyhow, it's not talking to us. We are getting information from it on a radio level of the wavelength. So it's not going, hello Earth, 3i Atlas calling. No, if anything, it's Earth calling, London calling. You've probably seen it, many pictures of it, of a radio telescope, like the VLA, the Very Large Array, creative names. That's the one when you see all those little satellite dishes all kind of like lined up. Opening scenes of the movie with Jodie Foster, Signal. That's the Very Large Array. Those are all radio telescopes, and they set them all out and point them in the same direction. So it's like having this really huge single radio telescope or like satellite dish. Okay, think of that little, your little dish network. All right, well, you link a whole bunch of them together and point them in one direction, and hopefully you can pick up all kinds of stuff. That's what it is. We're getting radio astronomy, radio signals from it naturally. Same thing, we get radio signals from the sun. We get radio signals from Jupiter. We get radio signals from everything out there, and that's what we're measuring. Again, it ain't calling us. Nothing strange about that. So, unless you want it to be, I can say, hey, it's, sending Morse code at this, and this, digitized picture of Hitler. Oh, Lord, hope not. But, no, we get radio signals from the sun. We get radio signals from it. Nothing spooky. Nothing. I mean, we're getting information from it. That's good. It's just not talking to us in that sense, 3i Atlas to Earth. I'm coming in. Clear runway. Anyhow, this has gone, as usual, far longer than I had planned. I'm going to put 3i Atlas back. And again, we've got a lot of activity coming up in the next day or so, and it's going to be big. We're going to be getting interference. It can be on all levels, data, radio. Oh, radio again. A lot of things. So, earthquakes, maybe. Volcano simulation, hopefully not. But anyhow, just, be cool, chill, pay attention to what's going on. We might get a shaker. You never know. Again, in California, we always get shakers, but we always should, pay attention. Doorways, door frames, get under big tables. But anyhow, be nice to each other out there. I know it's kind of difficult these days. A lot of weird things going on. Not going to get into the politics. Just a lot of people kind of wired. So, be nice to each other. Respect each other. Talk to each other. Enjoy. May your God go with you. And Servus.